Suppose the price of a stock is selling for $100 a share, and you think that the stock has had its run, and you think the price is going to pull back. Now, you don't think the price is going to fall to 0, and you don't think the price is going to fall to 50, but you think it's going to fall back from 100 to maybe down to 90 or 95, something like that. What strategy can you take? Well, let's take a look at a couple of options that you have here. All right, here are your choices. You can short sell. Okay, by short selling, what you do is you sell at the current price with the hope of being able to buy back at a lower price. And if you're not familiar with short selling, I have a tutorial that covers that. But here's what the payoff picture is going to look like. Let's say that this price is 100, and you're going to short sell this. Your payoff is going to look something like this. And let me put an arrow there. And the arrow just indicates that the price of the stock could continue to go down. We have stock price on the x-axis, and we have profit as denoted by pi on the y-axis. And so the most money you can make is 100, because if the price fell to 0, you'd be able to sell it for 100, you've already sold it, and buy it back for 0. Now, the reason I have the downward arrow is there's no limit to how high the price of the stock can go. Okay, it can only fall to 0, can never become negative, but the price of the stock could go to $1,000 a share, could go to $10,000 a share. If you're familiar with the stock of Berkshire Hathaway, okay, the company that Warren Buffett runs, that stock's price is traded for over $150,000 a share. So there's really no limit to how high the price of the stock can be. So this is a risky strategy. It's not that it doesn't work, but it's quite risky because if the price goes up, you can lose money. You can lose a significant amount of money. Now, the second choice you have, and we'll draw it down here, is you could use a put option. So you could buy a put option. And for example, let's say that the 100 put, by 100 put I mean it has an exercise price of 100. That's the price that you can sell the stock for. And let's say it has a premium of $7. So what's this payoff picture going to look like? Well, at a price of 100, let's see. This gives you the right, but not the obligation, to sell at $100 a share. And you're going to start $7 in the hole. Why? Because you've paid $7 for the privilege of being able to sell this stock for $100 a share, regardless of what the price is. So if the price falls to 0, you can still sell it for 100, even though it doesn't cost you anything. On the other hand, if the price is over 100, why would you use this option? Why sell it for 100 when you can sell it for 120 by using your broker? So in this case, you're not going to use it, and you're going to get this horizontal line here. Okay, that is, you're going to lose $7. Now, for every dollar it falls below 100, you're going to make $1. So here you're going to get a picture that looks something like this. You're going to get this kink at 100, and it's going to go up to this y-axis, and again this part of the line is going to have a slope of -1, and let's see why that happens. Okay, if it falls to $90 a share, you can sell it for 100, buy it for 90, and you make $10. Okay, notice we have a point here where we cross this x-axis. This is the break-even point. And the break-even point here is going to be equal to $93 a share. Why? Because the price of the stock has to fall enough to cover this $7 cost. Okay, so if it falls to 93, you can buy it for 93, sell it for 100, make $7 minus the $7 you paid for the option, so you just break even. And the maximum profit you can make here would also be 93. Okay, if the price fell to 0, you buy it for 0, you sell it for 100, so that's $100 minus the $7 you paid for the put option. Okay, this is a fairly expensive strategy because you're paying a lot of this $7 that you're paying for is for the probability that the stock will fall to $40 a share or $20 a share. And if you don't think it's going to fall very much, why pay for that? So here's a better or a cheaper strategy to employ that's going to limit your possible profits, but since you don't think it's going to fall that much, it can be a very good strategy. And it's what we refer to as a bear spread. You use a bear spread when you're mildly bearish. That is, I think the price of the stock is going to fall, but I don't think it's going to fall a lot. I think it's going to fall $5 a share, $6 a share. And what I'm going to do is, in this case, I'm going to buy, or sometimes we say long, so let me put long under here, long the 100 put. So I'm going to buy the same put option I bought before for 7, but I'm going to sell, or sometimes referred to as being short, a 95 put. And the 95 put has a premium, let's say, of $3. So I'm buying this, I'm selling this. What's my cost going to be? Well, I paid 7 for this, but I received $3 here, so my net cost is $4. Okay, net cost. So let's see what the payoff picture looks like here. We're going to be here at 100. And we're also going to be interested in the number 95. And let's see what this payoff picture looks like. Well, we're going to start not 7 in the hole, but only 4 in the hole. Not a very expensive strategy. Now, if the stock price is above 100, there's no reason for you to use your option to sell at 100 when the stock price is higher than that. You can just use your brokerage account and sell it for 110 or 120 or whatever the price is. So you won't use this. And the person who bought the put option from you isn't going to use it either. So again, you get this horizontal line here. For any price above 100, all you do is lose your $4. Now, for every dollar it falls below 100, you're going to use your put option, and as long as the price is above 95, the person you sold the option to isn't going to use theirs. So you're going to get this kink here, and it's going to go up to right here. Okay, now, at a price of 95, for every dollar it falls below 95, you're going to lose $1 on the option you sold. So you'll be making $1 here and losing $1 here, so your profit's just going to flatten out. And so you're going to get something that looks like this. And I didn't quite draw it to scale, but where it crosses here, the break-even point is going to be equal to what? The stock price has to fall by $4 a share from 100, so it's going to be 96. So instead of having a break-even point of 93, as we had in the previous case, up here we had a break-even point of 93. We have a break-even point of 96. Okay, what's the maximum profit you're going to make? Well, the maximum profit you're going to make is $1 a share. Okay, you're not going to make a tremendous amount of money, but it's a relatively inexpensive strategy. In fact, bull spreads, which I discuss in another tutorial, and bear spreads are very popular strategies on Wall Street because there's very little downside risk, okay, very little cost here, okay, not a great deal of profit to be made, but you have to remember that the option or the strategy expires in 3 months or 6 months, so the stock price probably isn't going to move that much. So if you can invoke one of these strategies and make $1 here and $1 there and just kind of keep doing it, all right, and remember this is $1 per share, so if you have 1,000 options or 10,000 options, each time you do this you can make some money, okay, it can enhance your return. Okay, every once in a while you'll be wrong and you'll lose $4, but if you do this often enough and you're correct, you might make $1 and make another $1, and it really enhances your return, and it does so at a fairly inexpensive cost. So this is quite a popular strategy on Wall Street. Okay, we call it a spread because you have a spread between the long put and the short put. You can also create a bear spread using call options, but I'm not going to do that here. You can try and create it for yourself. But it's a popular strategy, and there are other kinds of spread strategies you can use, and I'll discuss some of those in separate tutorials.